Hello, good evening. Knowledge never goes waste. There are many people you will hear saying, what's the point studying this and that? It's never going to be used. Where is trigonometry used? Where is geography used? And so on. When I studied in the reasonably good institute, IIT Delhi, and then after graduation went for a job, I found that whatever was taught to us in the prestigious, internationally reputed institute was hardly used in industry. The main competencies required, at least in manufacturing, were worker management and to be able to liaise with government and government officials so that one could get the license and exchange pleasantries so that they would not create obstacles. You are not allowed to increase your capacity. Whatever was the license capacity, you were supposed to produce as per that. Such a surprise. If I produce more than the license capacity, I'll be challaned, I'll be penalized, I may be jailed also. The market was restricted. It was not an open market. Customers had no choice. Customer was not the king, it was the supplier who was the king. Whatever you produced would be sold because there was limited production output. Hindustan Motors would come up with their ambassador car. It's pretty good, but old design or change. Change from Mark 1 to Mark 2 to Mark 3 to Mark 4 would only be in name. And people would always make fun that every part of the car makes noise except the horn. Spacious car modeled on the British Landmaster. It was good, but it was not current, it was not modern. And the Hindustan Motors factory in Uttarpara in Kolkata was a classic example of what should not be done. People would gamble. There was hardly any productivity because nothing like that was required, because you could always increase your cost. With every budget, the prices would go up. The quality would come down or remain the same, but the cost would keep on going up. Productivity was not important. So it was a 9-to-5 job. You come and do whatever you do, get sold. Everything was restricted, whether it is steel or cement or coal. So what was the point in learning about innovation, design, engineering, technology, quality, productivity? Nothing like this was needed. And business was fine, as usual. So from 70s to 90s, I thought that entire knowledge was useful only if I had gone to USA. And the engineers of IIT were created to feed the market of US. The curriculum was like that. But after the reforms of 90s, there was some need for better productivity, better quality, consistency. There were collaborations, there was transfer of technology, the Japanese collaboration, the Korean collaboration, the American collaboration increased. And with that, the work culture, the quality culture, it improved. And I was happy to realize that at least some knowledge related to industrial engineering, related to quality control, statistics, maths, some aspects of manufacturing technology were becoming useful. And having gone through that kind of an exposure, for me to understand Six Sigma and Kaizen and various other Japanese approaches to manufacturing were fairly easy. So though there was a time when speed was not important, marketing was not important. In fact, in one book, Rahul Bajaj has said about marketing, we only need a dispatch clerk because marketing of scooters was not required. There was a 10-year or more waiting time for that not very good looking and not very efficient scooter. We had to live with outdated products and services. As a customer, I had to wait in line to pay the electricity bill, to pay the telephone bill, and waited for 10 years to get a Bajaj scooter. So when you have such a long waiting period, why would marketing be required? Not required. Why would JIT be required? Not required. Why would inventory control be required? Not required, because your inventory would get sold and it would get sold at a higher price. So the more you hold, the better off you are. And if people are willing to wait for you for years, no need for productivity. But after the reforms, things changed and things have changed quite a lot. And I can say that most of the manufacturing units in India are in level with world-class manufacturing practices inside the manufacturing or service place. Outside, we are still behind. We may still not be ahead in design. We either have collaboration or we copy designs. But in manufacturing practices, in production, in tooling, in selling, in marketing, in human resource practices, in accounting, in consulting, we are at par with the developed nations. So my inference is, my reflection is that knowledge does not go waste. Sometimes whatever you learn, you're able to put into practice immediately, which may happen in the present time. But sometimes what you learn does not get used for many, many years. But patience pays. The applications of knowledge would follow. So therefore, there's a waiting time in conversion of knowledge to application. And sometimes your place, your country, your society is not so well advanced to have the pace of what is happening in the technical and business environment in other parts of the world. So again, there is a lack or a gap between what is required and what you are teaching your people. Very difficult to forecast what knowledge will be required 5 years hence. People make different projections, but COVID has taught us that projections can go haywire. It's good to remember that a seeker of knowledge is blessed. Knowledge does not go waste. It will come to your use sometime or the other. And in subsequent talks, I will share with you through parables, through stories of how knowledge became very vital, very useful in critical situations. Thank you for active participation, for active listening. Do subscribe to my channel, it motivates. Do press the like button. We meet again. We will have a small talk like this on another observation, another nugget of learning. Thank you and bye for now.